Hey, what's up, guys? Happy Wednesday. It's Mr. Joshua with another action figure toy review. Today is Wednesday, January 6th. Pretty big day. Right now, as we speak, we have a big giant rally going on in Washington, D.C. Bunch of crazy shit's happening, especially here in America. And, hopefully us as Americans get everything situated the way it needs to be. And with me, I'm not a political person. I'm not a Democrat or Republican because I think both sides are pieces of shit. More so Democrats and Republicans. But in my own personal opinion, I don't like playing the divide and conquer game, which is unfortunately what's happening with America here today. And I really hope that eventually people in general will open their fucking eyes and realize that we're all being played by, the government. Which, it's, pretty alarming with how many people don't understand. It's like people would rather play the divide and conquer game and be like, oh, I'm a Republican. That means my side's better than yours. Well, I'm a pussy ass Democrat and my side's better than yours because we base everything on feelings instead of facts. But, and unfortunately, in reality, both sides are pretty wrong. In my opinion, what people should do is they should put their political bullshit politics to the side and come to the realization that we are all just American citizens, and we all need to come together and destroy our government and bring it back the way it needs to be. After 200 years, our government should be basically reset, because anything after 200 years, our government becomes stale and corrupt, which last time that actually happened was 230 years ago. And look what's happening right now. Just a bunch of crazy shit. But anyways, besides that, we are going to do my January 6th action figure review. This is my King Sphinx that I got over the weekend. And I've been wanting to get this figure for a while, ever since it came out. I think it came out in December. The main reason why it took me this long to get it was because I didn't want to spend, fucking 40, 50 bucks on this figure, especially since I'm going to hold on to it for a little bit and then just turn around and sell it. But, no, I spent a little bit more than retail on this figure. It retails at $20 at GameStop. And, thank you, scalpers, for buying out all these figures before we all had a chance to get one. Piece of shit. But, yeah, I bought one off eBay for about 30 bucks. $10 over the retail price, but it's okay. I still was able to manage to get one under 40 bucks, so kudos to me. So this figure, he comes with some accessories. He comes with wings, which you can see in the background. I haven't taken those out yet. He comes with holding. He comes with a fist. Yeah, he comes with a fist. And he comes with a holding hand, which is for the staff. Has kind of a weird electrical thing that comes with the figure that goes around the staff. And it's kind of weird because I've been looking at it and I just realized it has a bunch of question marks like all over the place, which is kind of odd. Question mark here, 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 down there, one there, one there. And it's different. And he comes with his little King Sphinx staff, the two little ball sacks right here. Little ball sacks are sitting there. But the big problem I have with this figure is that he's so, fucking tall. He's giant. I remember back when I was a kid, while watching the Power Rangers Mighty Morphin back in the 90s, Goldar and King Sphinx were about the same height. In fact, Goldar in some episodes was just the, a smudge bit taller than King Sphinx, not by much. But overall, they were basically like the same height and same, build just about. Minus the fact that Goldar had like a full entire suit of armor, and King Sphinx obviously doesn't. But with this figure, he like fucking towers. He towers over Goldar. Like Goldar literally stands about this high compared to him, like right there to his shoulder, which is pretty fucking cringy. I don't know what the fuck Hasbro was thinking on making this figure, this tall. But the articulation on this figure, it's awesome. And it's one reason why I bought this figure. The main reason why I bought this figure is because originally I wanted to do like a custom repaint on the whole entire figure. And after getting this figure, after seeing how much of good detail they put into the paint, I've come to the realization that I don't really want to do like a full entire paint job on it. Originally I was just going to do the whole entire figure, new everything. But now that I'm looking at it, the most I'm going to do is get right into the mouth here. The mouth, they didn't put any paint in there. And so I'm going to paint the mouth black and the teeth white. I'm going to get in there on the nose, there on the side where those weird bumpy things are. The claws and the feet claws, those are not painted. That's just, injection mold gray plastic. I'm going to paint all that more of a weathered, color. Maybe white and toss a dirty wash on it, a mild dirty wash. And I was also going to take all the yellow on here and, give a nice, gold color. But unfortunately, last time I did that, I kind of fucked up with that Goldar. No, they have the same, they're made of the same plastic, soft plastic. And for some weird reason, the soft plastic does not really hold up with, paint very well. It just rubs right off. Which I haven't done it yet, but I assume what you can do is put a matte clear coat on it so that way the paint has something to stick onto. But we'll see. And I don't think scuffing the soft plastic is really going to do anything, in my opinion. It could, it couldn't, I'm not really sure. But maybe there is a reason why they don't paint the soft plastic way too much. Unfortunately, they had to with the with the little head crown thing. And even here, before I even took it out, I noticed that it had some missing pieces of the blue paint. Which, where is it at? Right in here. And some other spots too, I'm not really sure. Not very much, but just one or two spots. Which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Overall, the shading on this figure is actually pretty nice. From seeing it on the internet and seeing in person is completely different. I was under the assumption that they just, injection mold gray and add some cheap paint to it and shipped it out. That's what I thought happened, but fortunately that's not the case. They actually did some nice shading on it. So I'm pretty happy with that. But the articulation on this figure is about the same as the regular Lightning figures. You have a really cool swivel down there at the ankle, up and down, rotating. It's nice. I like that. Very detailed figure, by the way. Double jointed kneecaps. It's pretty nice. There's a rotation swivel joint right in here, which I haven't fucked with yet, so it's a little tight. That's what she says. But hey, who's complaining, right? So you can, it goes about that high up and about that far back. I don't want to break the figure. I spent $30 on it, for crying out loud. He has a ab crunch. He even has that weird ball joint thing right there in the chest. That's nice. I like that. Little hands. He's got 3 fingers, 3 fingers and 1 thumb. I thought that was kind of interesting. Swivel ball joint. Double jointed elbows. Awesome. Rotates. He actually has a butterfly joint in there too, believe it or not. But it's kind of rendered useless because of these little shoulder pads. You know, like theoretically, if he'd have these on, he can actually go all the way up and all the way down like a regular lightning figure can do. But unfortunately, that renders it from ever happening unless I modify the shit out of it. But if I did that, I would just, you know, basically destroy the figure. I would destroy the integrity of this figure. He has a swivel in the bicep, which is pretty nice. Head, ball joint, of course. The tail is one solid piece on a ball joint. If you move it enough, it'll fall right off. And no, that's about it for the figure. Overall, it's a pretty nice figure. I like the way that they sculpted it. Again, what I really hate about this figure is the fact that he's so fucking tall. Now, it would have been that big of a problem if they made like Lord Zed and Goldard like the same size as King Sphinx. You know. But, you know, it is what it is. I really hope that they re-release Goldard for a third time and, you know, at least make him as big as King Sphinx. But let's get down to some of the accessories real quick. I haven't had a chance to pull these little G's out, so bear with me. So we have his little staff here, Egyptian staff. It looks like it was done by 2 pieces. An injection mold blue plastic and yellow plastic. It's pretty firm. Not bad at all. Let's put it inside of King Sphinx's hand. Obviously this is the wrong hand to be using it for, but whatever. He's like, yeah, I'm shooting power and shit out my staff at you. Stance. Pretty cool. You know what? I like it. It's a nice figure. And the one complaint I've been seeing from other YouTubers is that the wings, the joints are just really fucked. I guess the joints are too small for the wings. But as you can see here, you know, they are pretty tiny. And they're kind of brittle too, so that scares me. The wings themselves, they look like they've been weathered a little bit. Give a nice little texturing. It's pretty awesome. I like that. Wow. It's pretty fucking firm in there. It's nice and tight. Yeah. I'm kind of afraid about plugging these in. I'm not really sure what's going to happen. But they go right in there. I'm going to do this off camera so I don't accidentally break anything. And, yeah. Mine actually went in... Oh, mine did go in there pretty nicely. Fuck it. Fuck you, King Sphinx. You're going to take this whether you like it or not. There we go. I don't want to force it all the way in. I don't want to break shit, you know. But essentially, this is what he looks like with the wings on. And I think it's pretty cool. I like it. Last but not least, we're going to figure this shit out. I think what you do is you kind of weave it in a little bit back and forth. Or some shit, I don't really know. Bear with me. Something like that. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. It's good enough. Whatever. Here, King Sphinx, you piece of shit. You hold on to that. Here we go. Huh, I like it. It's pretty interesting. He definitely looks like he's a badass. I like it. Good paint. Good details on the figure. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give him about a solid 7. And the reason I give him a 7 is because 1, the figure is too tall, and 2, the joints for the wings are just so fucking tiny, you know? And it's the fact that I don't want to accidentally, break one of the joints, because it's going to be near impossible to replace that. And if I ever break one, what I'm going to have to do is literally buy another figure and, sacrifice a good figure for, for a new wing. And the third problem I have with this figure is the fact that I can't put his arms all the way, spread the arms all the way up and down. He literally can't go up and down with the arms, which is a major flaw for this figure. Now, in my opinion, they should have at least put these on ball joints, the shoulder pads. If they did that, this figure would have been great. Now, as a matter of fact, maybe that's something I can probably do in the near future. Somehow take those off and plant ball joints on them. No, that's actually a pretty good idea. Maybe that's something that I'll do in the future. Really good idea. But overall, this figure, it's definitely nice, and it's great for any collector. Just, be mindful of the fact that this guy is going to be kind of difficult to display with your other figures because of how tall he is. And yeah, that's all that I have for this figure. Great figure overall. I like the way it looks, minus the flaws. And that's all I have for this figure. Solid 7 out of 10. If you guys like my videos, please like and subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching, and happy January 6th, 2021.